Feeling tired and stuck. Blame it on functional freeze. Does this look familiar? Do you say, well, that's what I do, or I see other people doing that? It could be why you doom scroll after work, feeling tired and stuck. There's something going on. I think there's something much more. I do believe there's something much more to this than what meets the eye. I'm going to read this article. You sit there, you just listen to it, okay? Let me read it. You listen to it and see what you're picking up with these descriptions that are in this video right here. Feeling tired and stuck. Good morning. I read that just now. I haven't been up too long. I read that, and no, there's something seriously going on. It says, feeling tired and stuck. If you get up in the morning and you go to work, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're thriving. Sure, you might make it through the day in one piece, but you'll know something's up if you can't wait to lie down, scroll on your phone, and completely zone out. Scrolling on your phone and zoning out. I've got to get a drink. My throat is getting itchy. I feel like I'm getting some kind of an allergy or something, but I've got to, I had to have something to drink. If this describes you to a T, you could be in a state of functional freeze. They're giving it a name now, a label, a functional freeze. Good morning, Susan. That's when your body and your mind respond to stress in overwhelming situations by shutting down or freezing up. Unlike the classic fight or flight response, where you're either confront or you flee from a threat, functional freeze is a kind of immobilization where you feel stuck, says Dr. Caroline Finkel, LCSW, a therapist and chief clinical officer at Charlie Health. You're functioning, but you're not fully engaged. You all listen to this article. Listen to how they're describing what is going on, because I believe it's more widespread than what they're saying. Good morning. On August the 14th, a creator and therapist, Simon Saunders, the Cognitive Corner, posted a TikTok showing the functional freeze response, showing what it can look like, and it struck a chord with people. They're calling this the functional freeze. Just like that. You see that? Good morning, everyone. And it's widespread, more widespread than they're letting on. The now viral video shows her lying and scrolling on her phone late into the night, and it also mentions feeling foggy and checked out. I guess this is her scrolling on her phone late into the night, feeling foggy and checked out. They have labeled this a functional freeze. In Saunders' comment section, one person said, definitely been suffering from functional freeze. I hate it here. Another person wrote, literally me at this moment. I can't focus. I feel blah. Thousands of others liked comments asking about the cause of the functional freeze and tips for getting out of it. Showing this is a common problem. Keep reading below for answers. What is a functional freeze? This is widespread. Widespread. If you are a person who is lying in their bed and you're just scrolling on your phone, or you feel blah, you feel stuck, you go through the motions, but you're not fully engaged at all, they gave it a name. Excuse me. I'm not stuck. I'm in a functional freeze where you're just like there. You're just like there. Let me push this back. It's early in the morning, not too early. A functional freeze is sort of a force quit button on an overheating laptop. They are describing this. What's happening to people is like a force, some type of force. I'm looking at this as a spiritual point of view too, and really your body. Some type of force has hit the quit button inside of you, and they're lacking it to a laptop. It's literally causing you to stop. When the brain is overwhelmed by stress or trauma, it can decide that freezing is the best way to survive, says Lauren Auer, LCPC, a licensed clinical professional counselor and founder of the Steadfast Counseling. It's like your system is saying, this is too much. So let's pause everything for a while. And if that's you all, hello. Thank you for tuning in this morning. Please give this video a thumbs up. Please comment in the comment section. This is widespread, and I think it's much deeper than what they're saying. Way, way, way deeper. I've seen it. I have literally seen this happen to people. No telling how long it's been going on. Yeah. No telling how long it's been going on. A functional freeze can happen after a traumatic experience, but it can also set in after a bout of stress. If your stress response is overactivated, your body will shift into a state run by, oh, now they're telling you what your body's going to be ran by. Because it's already got a force quit button that's been pushed. There's a force push button that's been pushed inside you. This is how they're saying it. You're doom scrolling, feeling tired and stuck, blame it on functional freeze. No, something caused it. They're saying stress caused it. That's okay. Stress caused it. Oh my gosh. It's like your system is saying, this is too much, so let's just pause everything for a while. A functional freeze can happen after a traumatic experience, but it can set in after a bout of stress. If your stress response is overactivated, your body will shift into a state run by the parasympathetic nervous system. Look at this word. The parasympathetic nervous system, specifically your dorsal vagus nerve. And that's when you'll feel like life is running in slow motion. This is a protective mechanism where your body essentially shuts down to avoid further stress or harm. You'll go about your day, but you won't be feeling your best. Good morning. If you're just tuning in, welcome. Signs that you're stuck in a functional freeze. I'm reading an article that popped up. Look at this visual. Signs that you're stuck in a functional freeze or a shutdown. Pulling it together enough to appear like your normal self around others, but totally crash when you're home. If you've been sitting there like just staring out in space, just staring at the TV, staring at your phone, staring at your laptop, just sitting there like a zombie, zombie-like. Zombie. It can impact how you feel physically, mentally, and emotionally. According to Hour, it often makes daily tasks seem insurmountable, which is why you'll want to lay down once you finish the things you have to do, like work. If that's you, you need to continue to listen or go find this article. Decision making can be tough since you'll feel numb, you'll feel foggy, or you'll feel like you're running on autopilot. You're just going through the motions. It's as if you're physically present, but emotionally and mentally somewhere else. It's like you're checked out. Checked out. Angels, yeah. Let me, helps the body relax and digest, is part of the autonomic nervous system. Thank you for that comment. Physically, functional freeze makes you feel weighed down or like you need to nap. Why'd they say weighed down? Because yesterday I was explaining how I was in the basement and something. It felt like I could feel the energy draining from my body. I literally could feel it. It was feel like, gravity. Felt like it was being pulled out of my body. And I was explaining how sometimes you could feel like your body is dead weight and you're trying to carry that dead weight, walk around carrying that dead weight. It makes you feel weighed down, like you need to nap. You might be tired, but not the kind of tired that goes away after a good night's sleep. It's more like a deep exhaustion. Now they're going to tell you how you're going to get out of your functional freeze. This is widespread, or you wouldn't be seeing articles like this. You would not. This is globally. Globally. Let me see if I can, how to get out of this functional freeze. Good morning, y'all. Please hit the video, give the video a thumbs up. How to get out of it. This is the person who is in the bed scrolling on her phone. Finkel says it does require an intentional effort. Good morning. Somatic exercises, right here. Recommend starting with somatic exercises to help you reconnect. It helps you reconnect with your body. This sounds really strange if you think about it. It helps you reconnect with your body so you feel safe and grounded. It sounds like a separation is occurring on the inside of a person's body. The separation is gentle movements like stretching, deep breathing, or even shaking out your arms and legs. Shaking out your arms or legs can help release the tension that is keeping you in a freeze state. In a freeze state. I'm going to have to get a drink. I've got some kind of allergy or something coming on. Oh my. The vagus nerve stimulation exercises are a big help. Examples include deep breathing techniques humming, or specific yoga poses that stimulate the vagus nerve. Well, a lot of people are not going to do that. You may say, well, if I just need to strengthen my legs, I just need to strengthen my arms, I just need to get moving. Yeah, you need to get moving, but there's a disconnect somewhere inside your body, not allowing your body and your mind and your willpower to come together so that you can function. Or this is global, it's widespread. Starting small. Another way out of a functional freeze is doing small, manageable tasks. Completing even small tasks can help you regain a sense of control and momentum. Once you get up and you brush your teeth, you could go on a roll. You could get on a roll and you could take a shower and clean your room. You got to do something. You got to keep moving. If you don't do something to keep yourself moving, you're going to find yourself like this, either sitting in your chair, staring at the TV, laying in your bed, just laying there and just turning that phone and just scrolling through it like a zombie. And even though you get up and you're sitting in the chair and you get up and walk, it takes enormous effort, and you're totally wore out. You're done for. You're done for the whole entire day. This is what some people are experiencing. Hello. It's widespread. It is. Friends and therapy. Reaching out to friends is also a good idea, as it can help you out of an isolation mode. An isolation mode. But if your freeze is really intense or the result of trauma, it might be necessary to chat with a professional. Okay, they're telling you something right now. You could have a freeze that's really intense, that may not even be the result of trauma, that may not even be the result of stress. You may find yourself doing this, and you may not have even experienced any trauma. You may not even have experienced any stress, according to this article, the way that it's written. You may have just found yourself in this mode, and it just like slowly creeped up on you. And you may find yourself asking, why on earth do I feel like this? You all, please give this video a thumbs up. I noticed that the chat section is like it's, if I could see a graph with the chat section, here's what happens when it's on the YouTube studio. The graph shows the people who are watching, and then somehow there is a drop that happens on the graph. It cuts the number of people watching, or the chat cuts it in half, brings it back up, and they do that when they do not want communication coming back. That's why they do that, because these are important topics that need talked about, because this is widespread, and they're calling it as a functional freeze. Something inside of you has pushed the button, stop button, to make you feel blah, make you feel like you're zoned out, make you feel like a zombie, like a doom scrolling. You're in a blah mood. You can't get motivated. None of it. That's what they're saying, more or less. And your body is literally drained. Your body is being shut down. Do you hear me? Your body is being shut down. You've got to fight back against it. It is they explained it as an internal force, a force. There is a force quit button. A force quit button. What was it? This is, I seen it at the very beginning of the article. A force quit. Now, hold on a second. You're stuck. You're immobilized. You can't move. You cannot move your body. You can't make your body move because your body, there's a disconnect. There is a disconnect. You can't focus. You feel blah. You feel blah. The desire is gone. The motivation is gone. It's a common problem. Time is going way too fast. The screen name sounds like a issue. It is. They tell how to get out of it, but can you really get out of it? You got to somehow heal through it. Something that caused you to go into a functional healing the trauma, healing through the traumatic memories that resulted in the functional freeze will improve your sense of safety and capacity to manage your life, stress, and improve your overall well-being. It's very important to work with therapists who understand trauma. You're in isolation mode. Isolation mode. Your freeze is really intense. And or, see, it's really intense, but you don't know why you're feeling like that, or it could be resulting from trauma. It's like the desire to do anything is gone. You feel blah. You feel like you're stuck in a rut. And not just that, your body feels weighed down. It's like the very strength, you're completely exhausted. You could probably liken it as into getting like some kind of a flu-like thing where it literally drains your body, but you may not have the symptoms of it at all. You just may feel like the energy has literally been pulled out of your body. And the desire, the motivation to keep going, it's literally like it's checked out along with your true self. It's like a zombie. I'm likening it to like a zombie-like state where something else is in control of your body and not you. And I wish I really could. You feel numb. You feel numb. You feel foggy. You feel like you're running on autopilot. You're physically present, but you're emotionally and mentally checked out. You been around somebody like that? Have you? You're looking at them, you're trying to talk, but they look like they're gone. They're absent. They're not in their body. It's like their mind, their whole is elsewhere. But where's elsewhere? Where's it at? Yeah. It says everything. It will affect your desire or your ability to go outside, run errands, or see your friends. When this thing takes over your body, let's just say this, when this, whatever they call it, functional freeze, when this functional force, this freeze force takes over your body, you're not going to have the desire or the ability to go out, run your errands, or see your friends. Everything will feel flat. It will be as if you've had flatlined within your being or muted as life has lost its color. Something's came in and did a number of on you on the inside of your being, some kind of force, some functional freeze force, and took away your life's essence. It makes you feel weighed down. Your body's so weighed down, or like you need to take a nap. You just want to sleep. You might be tired, but not the kind of tired that goes away after a good night's sleep. It's more like a deep exhaustion. You know what this reminds me of? There's a town over there near Ukraine or Yugoslavia, Ukraine, Russia or something, Uzbekistan. The whole entire town slept for a whole entire week. A whole town of people. You felt like this your whole life, Kat. Yeah. A whole lot of hearing in the astral plane. The freeze force. Yeah, it's the freeze force. Freeze force. You've been put on freeze. It's like a button has been pushed. I'm trying to find it because I've seen it in this article. Like pushing a button on your laptop is what it said. Could cause some stress. It caused your body to essentially shut down to avoid further stress or harm. You zone out. You check out. You say, I'm checking out. You walk through that door of life and you close it behind you. And you go into another room. A room where you're just stuck. You're just sitting there. You go into the blah room. You check out of the room called life, where things are going and you're able to function. And you go through another room and you're sitting there and there's nothing there. Zilcho. Just four walls, more or less. It's like a matrix. It's really weird. You're in a state of functional freeze. I'm going to get it to where they used the word force. Let me check this out. If this is you, this is widespread. This is global. Global. You might make it through the day in one piece, but you'll know something's up if you cannot wait to lie down and scroll on your phone. Scroll on your phone. And it shows in these campaigns, everybody's got these phones. They're looking at the phones. They're holding up their phones and things like that. I'm really trying to look on here where it showed as if you're pushing the button on your laptop. Can't see it anymore. It's gone. It's gone from the article. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Let me just read through this whole article one more time, and I'm not going to, Jeannie, you already read it once. Well, I'm going to read it, and I'm not going to pause. I'm not going to pause because I want to see if I read the pushing on the button. Feeling stuck and tired. This is what's happening. It could be why you doom scroll after work. Even if you get up in the morning and you go to work, it doesn't necessarily mean you're thriving. Sure, you might make it through the day in one piece, but you'll know something's up if you can't wait to lie down, scroll on your phone, and completely zone out. If this describes your routine to a T, you could be in a state of functional freeze. That's when your body and mind respond to stress and other overwhelming situations by shutting down or freezing up. Unlike the classic fight or flight response, where you either confront or you flee from a threat, functional freeze is a kind of immobilization where you feel stuck, says Dr. Caroline Finkel, LCSW, a therapist and chief clinical officer at Charlie Health. You're functioning, but you're not fully engaged. On August the 14th, creator and therapist Simone Saunders, also known as the Cognitive Corner, posted a TikTok showing what the functional freeze response can look like. And it struck a chord. The now viral video shows her lying and scrolling on her phone late in the night, and it also mentions feeling foggy and checked out. In Saunders' comment section, one person said, "Definitely been suffering from functional freeze. Hate it here." Another wrote, "Literally me at this moment. Can't focus, feeling blah." Thousands of others comments asking about the cause of functional freeze and tips for getting out of it, showing this is a common problem. Keep reading below for answers. What is functional freeze? I'm not stuck in functional freeze. Okay. Functional freeze is sort of like a force quit button on an overheating laptop. When the brain is overwhelmed by stress or trauma, it can decide that freezing is the best way to survive, says Lauren Auer, LCPC, a licensed clinical professional, counselor, and founder of Steadfast Counseling. It's like your system is saying this is too much, so let's pause everything for a while. A functional freeze can happen after a traumatic experience, but it can also set in after a bout of stress. If your stress response is overactivated, your body will shift into a state run by the parasympathetic nervous system, specifically the dorsal vagus nerve. And that's when you'll feel like life is running in slow motion. This is a protective mechanism where your body essentially shuts down to avoid further stress or harm, says Finkel. You'll go about your day, but you won't be feeling your best. Signs that you're stuck in a functional freeze. Pulling it together enough to appear like your normal self around others, but totally crash when you get home. Functional freeze can impact how you feel physically, mentally, and emotionally. According to Auer, it often makes daily tasks seem insurmountable, which is why you'll want to lie down once you finish things that you have to do, like work. Decision making can be tough too, since you'll feel numb, foggy, or like you're running on autopilot. It is as if you're physically present, but emotionally or mentally somewhere else, she says. Physically, functional freeze makes you feel weighed down or like you need to take a nap. You might be tired, but not the kind of tired that goes away after a good night's sleep. It's more like a deep exhaustion. How to get out of functional freeze? The good news is you can get out of functional freeze, but Finkel says it does require an intentional effort. Somatic exercises. She recommends starting with somatic exercises to help you reconnect. Help you reconnect with your body so you feel safe and grounded. Safe and grounded. Gentle movements like stretching, deep breathing, or even shaking out your arms and legs can help release the tension that's keeping you in a freeze state. On TikTok, creator and therapist Angelica Crimmins, also known as Ballot Girl 007, showed other somatic movements can help, like gently squeezing your arms or thighs, doing forward bends or swaying back and forth, tapping on the top of your head, or even eating sour candy, all things that can snap you back into reality. Did you get that? Snap you back into reality. Vagus nerve stimulation. Vagus nerve stimulating exercises are a big help too. Examples include deep breathing techniques, humming, or specific yoga that stimulates the vagus nerves. Starting small. Another way out of a functional freeze is by doing small, manageable tasks. Completing even small tasks can help you regain a sense of control and momentum. Once you get up and brush your teeth, you could get on a row and take a shower and or clean your room. You could do the dishes. Yeah. Friends and therapy. Reaching out to friends is also a good idea, and it can help you out of isolation mode. But if your freeze is really intense or the result of trauma it might be necessary to chat with a professional. It's very important to work with a therapist who understands trauma and how it's stored in your body. Healing through traumatic memories that resulted in functional freeze will improve your sense of safety and capacity to manage life stress and improve your overall well-being. This was an article that I read, I saw. It popped up, and this is what it looked like. And I know we had some trolls coming in here. That's okay. It's not going to stop me. It isn't. If that's you, and I believe it's widespread, I really do. I've seen it firsthand on people. They literally, I'm thinking, what? I asked, what's wrong? Are you okay? Because I see them staring out into space, scrolling on their phone, just like they literally are checked out of their body. Checked out of their body. It's an excellent article, Marcel. Yes. Colby, that looks like you right now. Well, it's very important to stay connected. It's why I come on here on a daily basis throughout the day. It's so important to stay connected, even if there's nobody near you. At least you could like come on here. I'm a physical person. I'll come on here and I'll connect. And somehow, some way, I will show my face. It's something familiar to help bring you back into reality. You see how they put that? How it was written? To connect you back with reality. Everything will feel flat or muted, as if life has lost its color. Yeah. Who wrote the article? Right here. It was written a couple days ago. It was on the Bustle, which was wellness. You can see it right there. Read it yourself. Go to Bustle, which is wellness, bustle.com, and you'll see it. You've got to keep moving. A body in motion stays in motion. You got to push through it. You got to pray, meditate, shake your head. Just like put the phone down. Put the phone down. Don't. It's like some kind of force. It's like something's got in there and push the button, off button. It's a disconnect. Bring you back into reality. Oh, you're welcome, Kobe. What else did we see in here? It says you need to, so it can snap you back to reality. Whatever this is, literally takes you out of the real world because you don't feel connected to it. If you're in a matrix, it's like it takes you out of the matrix and sticks you somewhere else where you can't engage. But you need to snap back into reality, the reality itself. Yeah. Let me see this. This is, see, you'll have the other side of the spectrum too. You'll have where they send in trolls, or you'll have people taking over and they don't got nothing good to say and they want to stop anything good, any encouragement, any connection whatsoever that would keep people connected so they're not so isolated. They will come in and they'll take over the live streams if they can. Tune them out. Tune them out. You gotta soar higher than the low lives. Okay, because that's what they are, low life, low vibrational. Soar higher. Go above them and just keep going. Don't fall for it. It's all distractions. Distractions everywhere. So I am gonna go, you all. I am. And I feel like I'm coming down with something, either allergies or I don't know what it was. It just started making my throat feel a little like yesterday. I don't know what happened. Yeah. I'm gonna go, y'all. Please give this video a thumbs up. It's an important video. It's more interpersonal to where you can connect. Even though I read something, it's real life issues. And just like the CGI, the AI, the search for artificial intelligence, the things that we see on TV may not be real. They may be a simulation, a movie that was put together by artificial intelligence. It may. So I'm going to go. And with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello, from my heart to yours. Love you. Have a wonderful rest of your morning. And I hope to see you later. Love you.